welcome to Lunchbox, a show where we take an introductory look at some of Little Rock's best local community features, including museums, artists, and businesses. We're excited for what we have in store for you on today's show, and we're also super excited for the guests that we'll have a chance to speak with. Up first, we have our Buy Local segment, hiding a local business in Little Rock. Welcome to Buy Local. Today we're going to be talking with one local woman who believes that Buy Local is the only way to live. She also knows all about living green in more than one way. And in the studio today we have Shelly Green, the owner of Green Corner Store. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Hi, I know all about your location. Can you tell me more about what's going on down at Soma?
Yes, the Soma is South Main. We're right in the heart of downtown Little Rock. Very easy to access off the freeways and lots of major streets. And we've got restaurants and businesses galore. You can spend the whole day there, starting out with breakfast and stay till late night entertainment.
Wow, that's awesome. So what are the new things that you have at the Green Corner Store?
Well, we're always bringing new things in, so we hope that every visit that you come, you'll see something new and different, because we try to stay on the cutting edge, above the trends of what's happening in the industries. We try to source things from all over the country, and so new entrepreneurs are coming online all the time. And we also have a fully operational tea bar, which we added last year.
Oh, what is a tea bar? Can you tell me more?
Absolutely. Well, we serve a variety of teas from all the major categories of teas sourced from around the world, but the exciting thing is that it's chosen and brought together in the Tea Lab in Fayetteville, and there has blended some exclusive teas that you won't find anywhere else.
Can you name a few off that's very popular?
How about lemon ginger jive?
Ooh.
Or lime passion?
Wow.
Yes. We have single leaf teas too, but the blends are really fun.
Wow, that's great. So how long have you been running the store?
We opened in 2009, just shortly after or at the end of the recession, so great time to open a business, right? But
sure.
With enthusiasm, and if you're relevant to what people are looking for, and people really want to find solutions to take care of themselves, their health, their home, their pets, their children, everything. And so we try and offer them things that may not see every place else, offer workshops and education so that they can explore.
Wow, so your educational outreach, what else do you do in that department?
Yeah, we feel like we're an eco-lifestyle store, so we want to introduce people to alternatives that they can select from the moment they get up in the morning and start getting ready for work or school, and come and have a casual meeting at our tea bar and learn new things through workshops, and it's just fun.
Wow, that's great. Well, we love what you have going on at the Green Corner Store. Real quick, why don't we show everyone about our experience at your store?
The Green Corner Store, a local quick stop for all your locally sourced needs. They are located on the corner of Main and 15th Street at 1423 Main Street, right here in the heart of the Soma District of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Hi, I'm so glad to have you visit our store. We opened nearly 10 years ago in 2009, and we're a mission-driven store. We really opened on the platform of education to teach people how to have greener lifestyles, to take care of the earth.
Green Corner Store is all about green living. They want to help all Arkansans live a more sustainable life, but maintain ease and style.
So we have everyday essential items for your daily living from the time you get up and jump into the shower, get ready for work or school, and alternatives for eating healthier.
Green Corner Store has teas, syrups, coffees, and even kombucha that is locally sourced here in Arkansas. They have over 30 different types of loose-leaf tea that come from all over the world and are blended at the Savoy Tea Lab in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You can try different varieties such as black, green, white, oolong, and caffeine-free rubios, and even herbal teas. They even will help you host a tea party for that special occasion.
We try and educate people on ways to purchase gifts that are more conscious. And we opened a tea bar last year as well. So we have a full service tea bar, which you can take loose leaf teas, high quality from an Arkansas company, recreate the experience at home, or have us make a cup of tea perfectly brewed, either hot or iced.
Healthy foods that are made without chemical preservatives and high fructose corn syrup.
So there's so many different things about local that's important, and we tout that all the time. We try and talk about the benefits of local and introducing people to supporting their local community, their farmers market, their local stores, and their economy overall.
Well, Shelly, you have something that you'd like to share with us and demonstrate for us. What do you have here?
Yes, we always thought that tea was really important to your health and relaxing, and we were really excited when we found Savoy Tea, which is an Arkansas company, and we start with the tea. So if you have a quality tea and a loose leaf tea, we have 3 dozen that you can choose from, and we have seasonal ones as well as specialty drinks, and they come in different sizes. So a lot of people, when they have loose leaf tea, not in a bag like
Right.
this, they might have a little ball like this at home. Here's a couple of things that we use that are a lot easier. A little steeper like this that you can set right into your cup, and then you can
Really?
empty it easier, and none of the tea leaves escape.
Yeah.
We also have this model, which you can make a large cup of tea or a cup of tea for yourself and a friend, and you just pour it in there, pour the water, and there's a release. You put it at the bottom of a cup, and it'll release the tea without the tea leaves.
Well, that's great.
You can also go on the go and take your tea filter with you.
That's pretty awesome.
When you came in and tried the teas at the store, we did some specialty drinks, we did some different kinds of teas. Tea even looks different, from green to light to gray and different shapes. And you can smell them and see what you like. It's very important to have a good temperature of water and also the timing to make a perfect cup of tea. Then you can get imaginative and innovative and add locally sourced syrups. These are simple syrups with wonderful flavors. And our crew tried the hibiscus rose with lemon, and that made a great drink. We also sweeten our tea with rock sugar. If you haven't heard of rock sugar,
Oh, no.
it does not alter the taste of the tea. So you're not adding another flavor to it, and it's just sweetening it up a little bit. We also use a simple syrup for people that want to add that and with other flavors. At our tea bar, we also have kombucha, which is good for
Really?
your health. And we have it on tap in 4 different flavors from local kombucha makers. But if you want to do it on your own, you can buy a book and learn how to do it on your own. You can also grow amazing leaves of tea in your own backyard, so you can do
Wow.
it yourself.
That's so nice. This is wonderful. And so, what's your favorite out of all of these tea leaves that you have here?
Well, I didn't mention matcha. And matcha is a fine powder which has a tremendous amount of antioxidants in it, and it is actually made by adding a little bit of hot water and whisking it around until all of the powder is absorbed, and that's a great tea to drink every day.
Wow, thank you. Well, I'm sorry to say that we're out of time, but we're so glad to have you here on Buy Local. And your store is amazing, and we love that you can
Thank you.
share your amazing story with Arkansans and people worldwide. Next up, we have our Arkansas Museum Showcase after a commercial break.
Are you wondering where Adam and Cameron went? Don't be sad, kids. Critics Corner is back, and we're here to stay. From the critics who gave you expert reviews on Bohemian Rhapsody and The Grinch. Critics Corner is your #1 source for movie reviews, criticism, and don't forget, good, clean fun for the whole family.
And now for a First Amendment moment. In December of 1965, 13-year-old Mary Beth Tinker of Des Moines, Iowa, showed up for school wearing a black armband to protest the Vietnam War. Having heard of the planned protest, officials of the Des Moines Independent Community School District had approved a ban on such activity. Mary Beth arrived at school. She was asked to remove the armband, and she refused and therefore was sent home. 4 other students, including Mary Beth's brother John, also were suspended for wearing armbands. They were told they could not return to the school as long as they continued their protests. The American Civil Liberties Union came to the students' aid, and more than 3 years after the fateful December morning on February 24, 1969, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in the students' favor. The court ruled 7-2 that students do not shed their constitutional rights to freedom of speech or expression at the schoolhouse gate. I am James Kane, and this First Amendment moment has been brought to you by the University of Arkansas Little Rock School of Mass Communication.
If you're looking to explore a different area, try the Argenta Arts District. Located across the river from the capital city is the friendly neighborhood full of life and art. If food is what you're after, Cregan's Irish Pub on the corner of Broadway and Main has the best American-style dishes. The fun-filled restaurant also has live music on weekends and an outside patio that's fit for a great time. The Arts District doesn't stop with amazing restaurants, but combines fabulous art elements and historical art elements. A beautiful sculpture titled Mother Nature is one of the most recognized art pieces and can be found right by the Argenta Flats, which is an apartment complex with a modern vibe. The Argenta Arts Theater is the perfect place to relax and watch a play with the family. If all of this sounds like fun, then Argenta is your next stop.
Welcome to our Arkansas Museum Showcase, where each week we've been speaking with museum curators and educators about interesting things their museums have to offer. Today we're back with the Museum of Discovery with our guest, Kelly Bass. He is the Chief Executive Officer for the museum. And welcome to our show, Kelly. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Wow, that's very cool about what you have going on. And now it's my understanding that you're here to talk about the Science for All program with the Museum of Discovery. But before we begin, though, let's take a quick dive into a video clip that we have with you at the museum.
I'm Kelly Bass, and I'm the CEO at the Museum of Discovery. I've been lucky enough to had that role for 6 years. Love working at the museum. We do great work, and I will tell you, nobody thinks what we're doing is a bad idea.
The Museum of Discovery is a proud member of a program called Museums for All through the Association of Children's Museums.
It's called Museums for All, but we call ours Science for All. And I realized after going to a conference a couple of years ago that one of the big problems, I think is a safe word to use, for museums of our type is that a lot of lower income folks think about us as where the rich people go. And we don't ever want to be in a situation where people don't think there's any way they can attend. And sometimes students get to come on field trips even if they don't have the family wealth or money just to come to the museum. But we joined what we call Science for All, which means we give a discounted admission to anyone receiving SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which old-timers like me sometimes refer to as food stamps. And them and the 5 other folks in their party can get in inexpensively. We just wanted to take down that barrier, and it's really been a success.
The Museum of Discovery is one of close to 300 museums participating in the Museums for All program. Currently, about 4.5% of all museum guests are Science for All attendees, which is above the national average of 2%.
So during spring break, we had 2 of the days of spring break where we had more than 100 people use the Science for All benefit at the museum. That's the first 2 times since we launched the program in mid-July that we've broken 100. So again, we want to be accessible, and we want people who wouldn't necessarily have the chance to come here otherwise to get the chance to come experience all that we have here. So it's been great, and you know, we're very proud of what we have here. We have 3 permanent galleries. We have a traveling exhibits gallery. There's new things to do all the time. We have different events that give you new reasons to come back. So we're just glad again that lots of folks who had not had the opportunity to do this very often can come to the museum with Science for All.
For more information, please visit museumofdiscovery.org.
seems like such a good program and idea for the museum to take part in. Can you tell me more about the program and how it's influenced the community?
Well, we realize that we want to be accessible to all people. And while our admission price is not super high, it still is a stretch for some folks, particularly with families, to be able to come. So we decided to join this program so that we give some lower income folks a better chance to come to the museum, and it's really working. We're one of about 150 museums in the country that participate in this Science for All, or that it's generically known as Museums for All. We call it Science for All since we're a science museum. And since we started the program in July of 2010, July 10th this year, we've had 4.6% of our walk-up audience that are using this benefit, which ranks us 21st out of the 150 museums that are doing it and third in the South. So we're trying to get the word out, making sure that anyone and everyone who receives SNAP benefits, a Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or food stamps, knows they can come to the museum and come any day of the year for $2, and 5 other people in their party can come for $2. So we're just trying to remove barriers, economic barriers, so that more people in our community can enjoy the museum.
Wow, that's great. So what are some of the programs that you have during Science for All?
Well, it's just a mission to the museum. So anything that's going on at the museum, you can experience. So we have public shows, science demos, all of our exhibits. It's just like coming any other day. And we've always had a reduced price Sunday. So the first Sunday of the month is $2 for anyone, but that's one day of the month. So with Science for All, folks that receive the SNAP benefits can come any day of the week for that $2 fee, and again, have 5 other people. So if you came with 5 kids, ordinarily that would cost you $50, and now it costs you $10. So it's just a great way for folks who couldn't otherwise experience the museum to get the chance to do it.
Yeah, we've through the weeks that we've been on this show, we've seen Girls for STEM and the Jedi Psi program and the animal exhibit and all the animals that you have. What are some other things that you do besides that?
Well, I wanted to stress one thing is that, what we do inside the museum, we had 162,000 plus people who came to the museum in 2018. And that's the second highest in our 91-year history. So we're on a good trend for attendance. And of those folks, 60,000 of them were folks on organized school field trips. Today, the Museum of Discovery is packed with kids on school field trips from all over Arkansas. We had last year 60 of the 75 counties represented at the museum in field trips, and field trips from 9 other states that called, made a reservation, and came. But one thing I really would like to point out is that what we do inside the 4 walls of the museum is a lot, and it's something we could all hang our hats on. But we do a whole bunch of stuff outside. So for instance, thanks to the Conway Chamber of Commerce and some businesses in that area, we have been working for the last year and a half with 24 elementary schools stretching from Conway to Valonia, Greenbrier, all the way over to Jacksonville and Cabot. And what we've been doing is our educators have been going and working with teachers there and training them on cool hands-on sciencey activities they can do in their classrooms or in their libraries. Well, the kids have been learning, having a great time learning these cool activities, and this weekend at Toad Suck Days, we will be out there all weekend, all Saturday and Sunday, with students and teachers from the schools, and they'll be showing off the neat stuff that they've learned. So not only are we entertaining and educating people inside the museum, but we're having a lasting effect by training teachers who then work with students to learn cool stuff.
Well, that's great. Kelly, thank you so much for being with us here today and sharing your passion and knowledge with us. Unfortunately, though, we are out of time, and we'd like to thank you for everything you do at the Museum of Discovery and for helping our community build a brighter future. After a quick commercial break, we'll be right back with Arts in Arkansas.
Are you struggling with money? Do you need your taxes done? Well, come on down to Tax Junkie.
Tax Junkie!
Hi, I'm DQ with Tax Junkie. We offer a friendly face and easy to understand service. You don't even need your W-2s, just your latest check stub, and we'll take it from there.
Tax Junkie!
Junkie!
Last year, we
Junkie!
kept over 40 people from
Junkie!
relapsing into debt.
Bear Brewery has won numerous national and international awards for its world-class beer, including gold medals at the prestigious Great American Beer Festival and World Beer Cup. The name Diamond Bear comes from the first two nicknames of Arkansas. Arkansas was originally the Bear State, then changed to the Diamond State in 1905. Diamond Bear provides a variety of beer for you. Check out the Diamond Bear Brewery at 600 North Broadway, North Little Rock, Arkansas.
Is this the kind of DJ you want at your next party? Get DJ Kane from 96.5. Book DJ Kane at your next party.
Hi, my name is James Kane, and welcome to Arts in Arkansas. It's where we showcase different local artists each week. And today we'll introduce to you a very talented gospel artist, Mr. Harold Wade Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hey man, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been doing gospel music for a long time. Who are some of the artists that have influenced you during your career?
Yeah, man, I've been doing gospel all my life, man, and some of the artists that I look up to are Marvin Winans, Zacardi Cortez, and a few others, man. I got a lot of influences.
Right. So do you have like some gospel music out like on different outlets where they can, check you out on your social media,
Absolutely.
YouTube and all that? Why don't you tell us about it?
Absolutely. I have a single out. I just released my first single. It's called Presence. It's available on all digital outlets, iTunes. It's available on Amazon, Google Play. And you can follow me on Harold Wade on Facebook, DJ Wade on Instagram, and I'm ready. I mean, you can follow me, man.
Now, you always hear the stories about gospel artists. They always got started by a young age by their parents.
Yep.
Is that how you got started? You got drugged into church and you just picked it up?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. My mother actually started me off, and I have a musical family. My whole family is just musical, and so they put me on it. They put me on drums first, and the rest is history, man.
That's wonderful, man. We have a video of your inspirational journey, so let's take a look at that video.
Cool.
Harold Wade Jr., multi-talented Kojic musician and minister of music. Wade is a master of the organ, piano, drums, bass, and almost any instrument he decides to put his hands on. Wade's purpose of music is for healing and deliverance of the soul.
I got my start as a toddler. My mom bought me my first drum set, and drums was my first instrument. My mom is heavily responsible for my start in music. My mom and dad both played, so family of music.
Like David when he played for King Saul, minister of music Wade soothes the mind and the soul. Wade has his roots in the Kojic Church, the Grand Old Church of God in Christ. He branched out later in the area of the National Church's music department to expand his depth in the music ministry.
I have a song that kind of drops in my head. I have a song, and that's just how some people are different, So I've learned to embrace how I am as a writer, and it just dropped in my mind and my spirit, all in one sitting. Just flowed. The words came from where I was at the time when I'm going through something. Those words that I've written years or months ago, they come back and play back. It makes me understand why I wrote what I wrote. First off, my music ministers to me first. And a lot of times, what happens is I'm reminded of some of the words that I've written. They come back and they help me to push through. Even in times like what I'm facing right now, I just talking to grandmother, and it's my outlet. It's what I connect to God with, and it helps me push through life. It's a big part of who I am, and it helps me to make it.
Music is a very important tool. Wade uses it as a vehicle to connect with God.
I'll never leave you, never forsake you, no matter what you're going through. I have good news for you. I'll be with you always.
Wade encourages believers through his music and their walk with Jesus Christ. On March 24, 2019, Wade released his first single entitled Presence. You can purchase Presence on iTunes.
Don't give up on God. He'll never leave your side. He'll always be right there. Even when it doesn't look like it, even when it doesn't seem like it, he will never leave your side.
We want to thank you for coming to our show, and that was a wonderful video that the viewers just enjoyed. Now, here to perform his single Presence, Harold Wade Jr. Take it away.
Since you came into my life, I've been a product of the mercy you've shown. And now that you're here, all of my doubts and all of my fears, they are all gone. If there's a time that I begin to lose my faith, you'll just blow my mind again. And you'll get me right back into my place. 'Cause with you nothing is impossible. You can't see me going through and not move a muscle. So I'll just rest on your promise and trust in your plan for my life. Oh, you'll never leave my side. Oh, no you won't, no you won't. Hey, you'll never leave my side. Oh, you won't leave. When I look back over my life, you've been there all the time. I know you'll never leave my side.
Let's do it, you guys.
Ping pong.
This is Crystal Brenner for the Lunchbox, and here we go.
Ping pong.
Daddy shark, Daddy shark, Daddy shark.
Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark.
Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do.